Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween. But not really. Happy Friday before Halloween. How's it going, everybody? SpeedyHawk here. I hope you guys could see me. What's up, Miss Rock, Kindy Grove, Dots, Prophecy, Squatch, Flames, Zachary, King KP. And thanks for being here. Okay, so I don't know how much is left of this game. Whether it's going to be like a couple more streams. I was planning to stream this on Tuesday as well, on Halloween. You know, to get in the mood. Because I'm not doing anything on Halloween, because it's like a Tuesday or something. But, yeah, I don't know how close we are. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it in time for Halloween. However, let's continue where we were. I feel much better this week. I guess I have to go here. Wait, what do you mean you can't see me? Don't troll me like that. Like, you make me feel like something's wrong with the stream. Oh my god. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. I hope it's okay. My cursor? No, we're good. Okay, you can see me good. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. Who is this guy? Oh. This is the creepy dude. What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry. This isn't an interrogation or anything. We just want to talk. You're Hideki Arishi, right? The historian? We know who you are, so this won't take long. But since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask you a couple questions. Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. What were you doing? Now, Mr. Arishi, what were you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course. Day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk around town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about some book? Fuck. Is it a curse? I don't remember. Okay, we'll just see what happens. It's probably the Book of Fates. I guess not. It's obvious you don't know a thing. It's the Record of Fate. How rude. Yeah, that's it. Sorry about that. I should have done my research. But it's true that you found some kind of ritual in that book, right? What? Don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the rite of resurrection, too. To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting comes up. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you can force me to tell you because you're policemen, you're sorely mistaken. You're now officially latched onto the wrong ending. Or locked into it. Hey everybody, what's up? What were you doing? Was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly were you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't understand anyway. Are you doing all this research so you can use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet. Pitiful. Huh. So you don't believe in the rite? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Things have changed. It has become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now I pray that it is real. What changed? I'm sure you can imagine. The funds for my research. I received a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, then that means... Someone is sponsoring your research. Is that right?
So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me. I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try to get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. With how popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? But I bought your book. The pursuit of the unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration.
No way. I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent.
Selling out for big dosh.
This record of fates. Where did you get your hands on it?
The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. Was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. Then what kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they are passed down from generation to generation.
What does that mean?
Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks detail, or when something's left out of or abridged because of the story's length, or when a story twists and shifts as it's spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. What element is this? Like that theme in the game. Sorry. Okay, I'm just trying to keep up with chat because I don't want you guys to be bored. But anyway, my research is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other.
I see.
Take the 7 mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You'd think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years. So why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest? I admit, I am curious.
So that's what you've been researching all this time. Makes sense.
Thank you, Termina. Comparing the actual cursed tales to the stories being told in modern times. I've always thought about that idea, like how accurate, even history is, because, like, before audio and video recording and computers, like, all we had to rely on a guy, like, a scribe, basically, telling history. I don't know, it makes me think about it, but especially folklore. Like, it's interesting to see how it transforms. Like, did you guys know Ring Around the Rosie is a song about death? I didn't know that until I was, like, in high school. You're depressed by the world news? Tell me about it, I'm sorry. Oh, Crimbo knew, I'm sorry. Yeah, Candy Grove, that's a good example. Like the burning bush. Did it actually burn? Who knows? As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the rite exists or not. If people in the Edo period believed that was what was written in the record of fates was real, that's all I'm interested in. But I have to be realistic. The research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks.
Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you were looking for. Curse stones.
What? Damn it. If you know about that, then...
Calm down. No need to get so defensive.
Oh, I'm gonna show... I got a big dick curse stone. How does mine work again? If someone tries to lie to me, I just get to, like, blow them up.
Yeah, what's up? We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice, friendly chat?
A curse stone! You're a curse bearer! A leaf? It is the evergreen beech, then.
Yup. Will you show me yours?
Oh yeah, I have the second curse stone. I forgot. We took it from that other guy. Damn. I'm pretty OP right now. Holy shit. This is mine. The ever-burning lantern.
Huh. Interesting.
So he's the dark guy. I guess I could reveal my curse details.
I'll tell you this for free. The evergreen beech comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors. But the accusations against him were unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him.
Ah, so that is the resentful memory held within the evergreen beech. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all.
Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me.
What? But...
So don't try and lie to me. Oh no.
You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law?
That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to.
What is it you want?
The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours.
Excuse me? But my right?
First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you?
No, of course I haven't. I swear.
I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead.
Damn you! I won't give it to you! If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime?
The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offenses Case Act. Or you hand it over, and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested. Fine. You can have the stone.
Oh wait, wrong character. You can have the stone. Here. Ooh. An enduring superstition. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Wari-Gesui. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern, another telling of the story, in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. Kills by disembowelment, one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the curse echo. Ooh. When Hanjo was filled with samurai residences, the spies of the shogunate lived amongst the townspeople to keep an eye on things. The soba cart on South Wari-Gesui served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. The night at 4 a.m. meant that someone would be having the last soba of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honor. But the deed was done. Still, he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby, he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Since then, the lantern could be seen alight before the soba cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly, even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomenon continued, the rumors surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced that it was the man who cut open his stomach visiting from the beyond. Ooh.
Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out.
Huh.
Oh, right. Would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say?
In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the secret hidden in the Record of Fates.
Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones.
Yeah, he did kill Yako, but now we could go back because it said come back when this guy doesn't have a curse stone. So I'm assuming this changes that path. Oh no, Termina, that's not good. Soba. Okay. But thanks to you, we learned a lot from him.
I wonder. The mysteries in Right are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse are here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses.
Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time, really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you.
I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be.
Right. Got it. I was surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though.
Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. Could be anywhere in this town.
We have to find them fast or they may start using the curses.
No, I think we're already too late.
Huh?
I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namagaki's curse stone.
Really? Then he already killed someone with it?
It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we continue our search.
Right. On to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but, boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namagaki?
If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest?
Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. That is interesting, Dots. Okay, so am I allowed to go back here now? Let's try resume and see what happens. Can I say boss in a Boston accent from now on? Boss! Come on, boss! I'm from Boston! You want me to make Aereo from Boston? Because I totally can do that. Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. That's... Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Arishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. Why is he standing like that? He's taking a whiz. Thank you, Chip. Welcome to Supporter Chip. Thank you so much. Doesn't even say how many months. Thanks, Chip. I appreciate that. Thank you for your continued support. Ah, I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. 4 more billion months. Yeah, that's about right. Thank you, Chip. But for now, I need some rest. Okay. Let's go back here then. Thank you, Chip. So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. All right. Excuse me! Oh no. It's what's-his-face's accomplice. Where did she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You have heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everybody's talking about it. Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, Miss... What was your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. University student? There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill other curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think I got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, are you saying you're one of these curse bearers? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? Oh, heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namagaki. We're, I suppose you could say, partners in crime. Funny way of putting it. So, where is this Yutaro now? Well, about that. He's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student only to flunk where it counts. So now I'm out here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right... I know, this lady's a little unhinged. Maybe she wants to revive her dog too. He lost it? How did he do that? I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well... It's strange that you'd probe into that of all things. I'm just the curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. Her dog's name is Pogodogo. You respect her grind set? Yeah, I wonder what her motive is, huh? So, anyway, mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that. I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers? Great question, and the answer is, I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd have given them to you? Just like that? Well, maybe not. But you know what they say, you never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh goodness no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. Oh! Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. So what are you trying to do with this rite of resurrection? Well, Yutaro has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? I mean, if you've got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? Like Adolf Hitler. Oh my god! So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Utaro I was gonna do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Oh, fuck! Like, who could she possibly have in mind? Of course. Keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? Sounds like you really have your heart set on this right. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? She's a 10 out of 10, but... Yeah, she wants to revive Shanam after he killed himself on my sword. Well then, let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. Ahem. I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ikiyoi in particular. Ikiyoi, huh? You must be a cultured lady. Really? Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of Ikiyoi as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Yeah, I guess. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of Ikiyoi is the one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of him? Sure I have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period? That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. But Hokusai was so much more than just mountains and waves. That's only the teeny tip of a veritable iceberg. I've got to admit, I only really know him from those landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up into his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Hold on. Are you saying... Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh, no. Nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. I was halfway right, just the wrong artist. You've got to be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the rite of resurrection to... That's right. I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. That's what she'd use it on. What a waste. She's perfect. You forgot Haruhi was even in this scene. Do I want to read this? Master of Ukiyo-e art. I can't fucking read these words. 1716 to 1849. Hokusai was active during the late Edo period, considered to be the golden age of Ikoi in Japan. Born in Honjo, Hokusai spent most of his life in the area now known as Sumida City. Among his most famous works are the 36 Views of Mount Fuji and the Hokusai manga. Hokusai was a prolific artist from a young age and has left behind a wide variety of works, producing an estimated 30,000 pieces during his lifetime. Though the general popularity of Ikoi declined during the Meiji period, Hokusai remained a core figure at the center of Japonisme movement, providing inspiration for countless artists around the globe. Despite his fame, Hokusai himself was said to be rather indifferent to money or decorum, and lived a life that quite appropriately resembled that of the whimsical and otherworldly scenes often depicted in ukiyo-e. Though he went by many names in his later years, he took on the title of Gakyo Rojin Manji, or the Old Mad Painter. Hokusai lived to be 90 years old and never lost his passion for art. I don't think... I feel like there are only a handful of not crazy characters right now. And it's Richter, Mio, and Yako. In my mind. And no. And Tetsuo and Ario. They're also not crazy. Everybody else is a fucking psychopath, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about the Yako yet. Oh gosh, is it that time? I should be going. You think Tetsuo is crazy? I think Tetsuo is like... Tetsuo has like a pretty good head on his shoulders, it seems. Didn't Yako try to kill one teacher? That's true. The urge overcame her, but Mio stopped her. But Tetsuo had the urge to kill someone, and he just completely resisted it, you know? He didn't give a shit. Need to get my hands on a curse bear before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck, haha. Shogo is innocent. I guess Shogo's on Yako's level. But Shogo has a way worse reason. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. Too, if we can. Why you say that? Before she left, she wished us best of luck. She got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers. My. There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing, after all. I think the exposure to Shogo makes Yako look a tad better. Absolutely. I think Shogo was just an unfortunate case of, like, the bloodlust getting to him. And he was just, like, in the wrong place at the wrong time because it was all... What was her name? Yoko? It was all Yoko's plan to go for the right. Like, Shogo didn't even care about the right, I don't think. But then the whole, like, thing with Yoko happened, and then he got the curse, and then the bloodlust kicked in. But he's still an asshole. So fuck him. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. Yeah, that was hilarious, King KP. It was like, why? Shogo technically only killed 2 people. He killed the first guy. I think his name was Takumi. He killed Takumi. He killed the guy in the dark. He killed Harui. He killed Yako. He killed the guy with the foot fetish. Was there more? I think that's it. I think he killed 5 people. Oh, you know what? No. They said he only murdered 2 people. Like, I forgot. They made that... The what's-his-face guy made it a point. He's like, only 2 people were killed. So that's something I gotta keep in mind. Okay, let's go. Yeah, probably Crimbo. Oh, you're pretty sure it said 2 people because those are when I didn't hit the curse button myself. Interesting. Alright, well, I'll keep it in mind. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers and came home alone. Think. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. The old Shigima mansion. We rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same, all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. I'm not reading that. Let's wait. Ah! It's a mockingbird. I mean, who did I hit the curse button on? I hit it on Takumi. And I hit it on Arishi, I think. The guy in the dark. What's up, lag? Yeah, that bird was sick. He's looking dope. Anyway. Oh, whoops. Oops. I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Okay, let's go. Let's go inside. Okay. We completed Harui's branch of Chapter 1.
Things are coming together. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries.
This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looked suspect from top to bottom.
Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around.
Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then.
Or maybe someone's been observing our movements.
What?
No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place.
Let's hope we finally get a lead. Oh! Oh no, it's Shogo! Oh, anyway.
Whoa, 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 what the hell is this?
Is he dead?
Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too?
Hang on, I'm gonna call this in.
I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around.
A body has been discovered! Oh no. Anyway, who's this jobber? This is the character we played as at the beginning. This is Shogo. Boss, bad news.
What is it?
Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics team are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive.
Ah, that is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? I mean, his eyes are rolled in the back of his head, and he's drooling out of his mouth. I think it might be. With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while.
Uh-huh. Boss, that phone is ringing. Boss, the phone.
What about it?
It's ringing.
It sure is.
Aren't you gonna pick it up?
Huh? Why would I?
Why wouldn't you? It's super suspicious.
I'll give it a rest.
Do you have anything better to do?
Well, not exactly.
Then why don't you pick it up? We'll miss it if you don't hurry.
Right. They'll probably hang up soon.
Are you really okay with that? You aren't the least bit curious?
I guess I'm a little curious.
Ah, so you're one of those people. You think that if you pick up the phone too quickly, the caller will think you have nothing going on. I do that! So you deliberately let it ring a bunch of times before answering.
Do people really do that?
There are definitely some who want to give off the impression of being busier than they really are.
Well, detectives don't have time for that kind of foolishness.
Then go pick it up. Fine. You leave me no choice. I'll answer it.
Hold on, Ario. We don't know what could happen. I'll do it.
Sure, it's all yours.
You little...
I feel like I'm gonna die if I pick it up. You know, it might just keep ringing till you pick up.
True. It might even be ringing because someone knows we're here.
It's entirely possible. In which case... Come on. Anytime now. Yeah, I don't want to pick it up. Okay, that's the last one.
The phone booth seems to be ringing. I didn't even know those could receive calls.
I'm gonna get fucking sniped!
Hmm? What's this? There's something stuck to the side of this phone.
Come on, boss. That's not what we're supposed to be searching for. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go answer it.
Well, we better go check it out.
You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse.
Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone?
You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now.
Damn it.
I know, Shogo's corpse is just there.
Hello. Inchibori Park phone booth.
Took you long enough, Tsutsumi. Did no one teach you to pick up the fucking phone when it rings?
Who is this?
I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself. Ah, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met.
I asked you to identify yourself.
Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround.
Wait. Is this... Fumachika Najima?
Oh! What? Did you say Fumachika Najima? Like the one from the Najima murders? Ding, 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 ding! You got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy.
You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins.
Ha ha ha! That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle.
Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did.
I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole.
What? If this is the real Fumachika Najima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So, is this payback? Damn it. How did you find me? How do you know where I am?
That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it.
What is your goal?
Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path.
Well, that's very nice. Keep it up.
But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start.
You get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life.
Oh, it's no hassle at all. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting.
That's a long time to nurture a grudge.
You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time, I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tsutsumi. So please just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings.
Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you.
Shut the fuck up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last! And we curse him through the phone. He's not lying to us, though. Anyway.
What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away.
I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy.
Shit, my daughter. Whoa, oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Najima. Please forgive me. I won't do it again.
Shut the fuck up! This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much!
It was worth a shot.
Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy.
Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common, we should be friends.
Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left.
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life.
Boss? What about me? Or wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that.
Ugh, shit! Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you!
Ooh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo.
Ah! She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay.
Ah, I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears.
Fuck you.
I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times.
I won't let that happen.
I guess I could give you a little hint.
Go on.
Well, you see, I have the one-sided read.
Ugh.
Tsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no?
Najima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse.
Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end.
God damn it. The curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands.
One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing.
I thought you were finally gonna shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass.
Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored.
Nah, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done.
But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here.
You couldn't.
Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart.
Don't fuck with me! There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong.
Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me.
You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off?
Who knows?
Then how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole?
Idiot! You think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you!
I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Najima.
You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid.
Wait, Najima! You're after the...
Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. You think he killed Shogo? Boss!
Ariel, did you catch all that?
Najima, what is he planning?
Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are all wrapped up in this is gonna make things tricky.
You mean with Najima being a curse bearer?
Just our luck, really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire.
Or Shogo.
We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry.
Aye aye, boss! Later. It was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats along with the curses were kept a secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killings still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Satsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Satsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. Pour one out for Shogo. Wrong place at the wrong time. Alright, where do I go? It's daytime. Do we stick with Tetsuo? His name is Tetsuo, right? I'm just gonna call him Tetsuo because it's easier to say than Satsumi. Tetsuo or Yako? Interesting, Crimbo. Up to you. Let's go with Yako. I want to see what happened with Mio. I'm invested in Mio. Mio stonks are really strong, and if she dies, I'm going to be upset. Bringing her friends back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but she still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Tetsuo from Akira? I don't know. I'm sorry. That's him, though. Yeah, this is Mio. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. Huh? It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm... the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh. That sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? And have a good point, Mio. Maybe I shouldn't murder random people. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Yako, that kills people. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay, then. Let's go. Nope. Dots, feel free to try and stop me if there's something important to read. Oh, the stream died? Don't worry, I'll tell you what happened. Yako wants to keep the curse stone and not give it to Mio. And then she's like, I promise I won't use it. And Mio's like, okay, no problem. I thought it was unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. Thank you, King KP. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way! Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonoichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. Oh yeah, this loser. I was like, who's Jonoichi again? Yeah, I don't care. He deserved it. I mean... My curse makes you fall 23 blocks in Minecraft. Okay, anyway, You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Whoever killed the teacher also killed Yako's friend. Yeah, I mean, the spirit said it was an accident how she died, but the method of death is the same. So, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Eesh, sorry. Always fucking dead. His deceased body was discovered. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me! Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Did you hear about Mr. Jonoichi? Heard about it? I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What exactly happened? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... You think it was the other teacher? If it was pitch black? It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out to the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah, somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? You mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on the ground, out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a uniform, in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like, I was wrong, and I'll do anything. Then, all of a sudden, his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. Are you talking about this character, Godstiff? Hitomi? My aunt had a similar haircut too. I mean, she was raised in like the 70s, I guess. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonoichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? Damn, it was the other guy. The buff dude. I think he was buff. At least my memory remembers him being buff. I don't know if we ever saw him, actually. This guy, yeah. Yoshimi. I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonoichi died. It sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Hajime. Okay. Tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yup, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works. Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It's possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like a sibling or parent or a child. but you almost never hear about the people being taken over completely. It's when two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear.
So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus?
Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance.
Huh.
There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough pressure to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior on your own will or not?
Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur.
I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this.
Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same thing goes for me. Maybe it's just something you have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. Hitomi, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonoichi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom?
You gonna tell the cops?
Oh, right. With everything that happened with Mr. Jonoichi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night.
Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions.
I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway.
If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So, last night, that piece of shit Jonoichi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something.
What? How terrible.
Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one who always was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me.
Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night?
It's hard to explain. Where to start?
What did you mean by Mr. Jonoichi acting like scum? What was he doing something bad?
You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself?
Huh? Michio?
I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted.
What?
What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved with.
No way. That's...
How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this?
Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down.
Persona 5! You got guts acting like you were a friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. He probably felt like she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. Oh, how terrible.
Hitomi, how do you know about this?
I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing.
Walked in on it?
I couldn't just leave her all alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret.
Michio, why?
She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft.
No.
Of course, Jonoichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved.
And then she killed herself. Nothing I could do about it now. Tomi, if you knew about it, then why didn't you... You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me it was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must have been some reason. No, got nothing to do with me. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonoichi. He did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright, and supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. So, that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was some weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh. I guess that makes sense. What's up, Fabbles? Hope you're doing well. Last night, how did it start? Right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. Huh. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to the park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently, Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. Because he's a cool cop, Krimbo. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me. He said... Anyway. Could there have been something of that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little... complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonoichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So, basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eyes on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So, since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. There's something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. How the f I know? When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So, you've seen inside it. From the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakogoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakogoshi? You know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. There really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. Oh, last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had. Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back of the entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that was really Michio and... Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right. When you two showed up. That's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonoichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and an old man, Ashimiya, talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonoichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look out for Michio's talisman. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Okay. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jonoichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonoichi seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were. Mr. Jonoichi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Oh wait, that's Jakob. That'd be funny, Dots. Yeah, that was a lot of plot. I'm kind of exhausted. Anyway, from what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Jonoichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Jonoichi would have been one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonoichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Arishi outside the main gate last night. You did? Extremely plot heavy, yes. It's likely he was involved, or he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of the resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Arishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but as for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do... what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Arishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Alright, we're over the halfway point. Well, that doesn't bode well. We're never going to be able to finish the game before Halloween. Where do I go? I know they were just... Can I see the log? Mr. Arishi would be... I mean, he's a teacher, right? He should be at the high school. But it's closed. Gotcha, Dots. Understood. And so, Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor's yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yeah. The Whispering Canal. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal! It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and deaths by drowning, don't you think?
Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next?
Sorry, Rocker Gamer. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tabako Hayashi, 29 years old. He was an office worker who lived on her own in the area.
As for the cause of death...
Oh wait, as for the cause of death, well...
Yes?
The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop.
Hang on. Are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot-washing mansion?
Exactly. Crushing is the foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries.
Then is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs.
Got it. And as for the third victim... I was not ad-libbing. He was identified as Kohei Jonoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building.
A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries.
I'm trying not to look it up to see if I remember. No, I don't think so. No. Haunting Clappers is the fire one, right? Maybe it's the sound one.
The one-sided reed.
Fuck. I believe it houses the Fool's Procession.
That's right, I was gonna say that one, I swear.
We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. Yeah, Clappers is fire, I remember.
I see.
Oh, I see. Either way, it seems all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries.
There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction.
That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either.
He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated.
Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries?
That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that.
Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. Well, you know, Crimbo, they forgot. Some of them. Let me just give my voice a break. Okay.
You'd be more surprised if you did. Or I'd be more surprised if you did.
Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night.
We can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found.
Yikes, I hadn't thought about that.
But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out.
Oh, that's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime?
Exactly. It's almost likely why Najima gave us till dusk.
Or also probably, is what he said. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day.
Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers.
Aye, boss. Let's do this! At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Arishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Najima, who claims he has the one-sided reed.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Okay, so the one-sided reed didn't kill Jonoichi and Michio. Because I thought because Najima is assumedly the janitor, and that he was on the school grounds, it would be like an easy way. Maybe he's lying? I don't know. Or maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was the girl with the braids. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them?
There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Najima may lead us to the other curse bearers too.
It was Whispering Canal? No, it wasn't. Their bones were crushed. This drowns them, no? Najima's cuts people up, that's right. What's the one that crushes their bones? This one burns. This one hangs them, I think. This is... oh. No, this is different. This is a different crush. This is the darkness one? Okay. Yeah, maybe I don't know it yet.
Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get to him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there.
Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi.
And yeah, I heard about that.
Why are you sad? He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building and force of the impact, her wounds and all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, as he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up.
What was the evidence?
Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night... We're gonna miss a cool puzzle by sheer chance? Aww. Why, because of the order I did things? The body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but...
But he thought there was more to it?
Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall.
There's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go.
There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all.
This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed.
Exactly. So I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard.
So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth.
That's true. You think the driver's the one who did him in?
Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up.
You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too.
Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic.
Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand.
Not even an address?
Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there.
Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can we have Community Safety track her down for us?
We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today.
Because of the teacher that died?
That's right.
Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, maybe we have to forget about it. Let's move on then.
Can I just move? HQ has mobilized a search unit for Najima, but so far we haven't received any word.
Guessing he wasn't at home or work. Or at work.
About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago.
You serious? So we have no idea where he lives.
It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit.
Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that?
Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but he'd never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Najima when he moved to a new place.
Jeez, that's just sloppy.
I've heard that they're giving parole just to about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prison. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably just overworked.
So, Najima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! That asshole's annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth.
He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explains why he so brazenly made contact.
That asshole. He's mocking us.
Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot are being filed. Or is being filed.
That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking for Yoshimi and Najima. For now, we'd better start following up on a few leads we've got. Guess I'd better see what Ario's found out.
I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But...
oh boy, here it comes. But what?
Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence.
There it is. Can't things just be easy for once?
Mayu is a beautician and the fiancée of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown.
It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps?
It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years.
You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors.
I guess so.
But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger.
You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Speaking of Najima.
Yeah?
Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible.
Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either.
That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Shut up. I don't have her contact info, all right.
Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh?
Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency, that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree.
I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Najima do it?
Former, huh? That cuts deep.
Yikes, sorry. It kinda just slipped out.
Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with this curse echo.
Back on topic already, huh?
He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance.
I see.
The one-sided read. What was the story about that again?
Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up.
Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries.
As for Najima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Now we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Akuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Oh boy, those both sound like terrible options. Ooh. Okay, let's go back to Harui. Or I guess Richter. Ario is kind of like giving me bad vibes. I don't know what it is. But we'll see. It might just be me being paranoid. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Gotcha, Dots. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night, then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well. Let's talk. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, wouldn't it? Would it? Maybe? Those lips won't lie. I believe in Ario. The pouty lips. Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it'd get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found. But they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? Okay. That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. None of the curse bearers seem to be very proactive. I wonder if the situation would be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So, it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was to also steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? Wait, the art student was pretty adamant on getting other people to work with her. I don't know if she has a curse stone or not. But yeah, she's a psycho. I don't know. I don't know what to think about her. Maybe she was lying about her motive. At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? What's the FE trend? And sure, let's finish this section up. We have one curse bearer unaccounted for. Okay, let's see. This was Shogo's, right? I don't know who has that. Fool's Procession was, this is not Yoko, Yako. This is the teacher who we confiscated it from. I forgot his name. Arishi, I think. This is Harui. This one is, Tetsuo. This one is unknown. This was the nerd with his fake girlfriend. This is supposedly Najima. And this one is the no, this is the teacher. Did I fuck it up? This is the darkness guy. This is Arishi, I think. So beckoning light. What's beckoning light? I guess we don't know what beckoning light does. So unaccounted for is these two. Haiko Suguru and the beckoning light. And then I don't know who has the whispering canal right now. Right? Okay, hold on. Let me take a break, Dots. My throat is killing me. Let's do this. You pick 2 favorite characters per row. It's pretty basic, but I figured I'd give it a bit to rest. That's nice of you. That's crazy. I don't really like any of these characters. I guess Shamir and Ignatz. I like them the most out of these guys. Alright, this row. Oswin and Effie. This row, Mia and Marita. This row, Selena. It's between Raven or Lapis. I think I like Raven more. Selena and Raven. This row, Iki and Myrrh. This row, Oife and Isadora. Titania's up there, though. I like Oife. I think he's cool. Okay, let's say Oife and Titania. This row, Lilina and Lysithia. This one can be... I'm going to say Chloe and Sumiya. I'm just going to go there and say that. But I like all these characters, to be honest. And then this row, R and maybe Altena. R and Altena. There we go. You wish Chloe was a character? Me too, but just look at her. She's beautiful. I also just like using her a lot. Not too many flyers, natural flyers in Engage. Jameer, Tanya, Effie Oswin. I refuse to care about Merms. Selena, Galzus, Faye, Noe. You don't like Tiki and Myrrh? Isadora, Oife, Lysithia, Soren, Tana, Florina, Rosado, Minerva. Interesting. Yeah, Chloe's character was a huge disappointment. Megan Oswin, Avel and Shanam, or Shannon, not Shanam. Derek and Galzus, no Noe. Not any of them, really? Okay. You don't like Nagi? Or Bantu? Bantu's pretty sweet. Titania and Isadora. Lind and Soren. Tana and Florina. Dean and Har. You don't like Tiki? She's so cute! Oh my god! How can you not like Tiki? Anyway, let's get back to the game. Good question. The right could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. Cool pose. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. Doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Good. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as the secretary to Hahako Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Haku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Yeah, back then, yeah. It looks like the Microsoft Bimbos building. Everybody loves Microsoft Bimbos. What does that come from again? That sounds so familiar. I know it's like Microsoft Windows. It was like I feel like it was a meme, like a fake, they used it to fake someone out. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Ah, now that's an interesting thought. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame. Gotcha, Zachary, gotcha. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the rite of resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Arishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he's involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one... Oh, considering his background, didn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. No, I know why I remember that. There's a song that uses a lyric by Nakey Jakey, and he calls it Microsoft Bimbos. It's like one of the lyrics he uses. It's a now closed computer store in Japan, and a parody of the name Microsoft Windows. Yeah, okay. That's funny. Which is why I decided to refrain... Fuck. Understandable. Of course, I wanted to learn more about this. But this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Haku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Warigasui Street. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonoichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were investigating this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. Oh yeah, he's a cowboy for sure, Crimbo. Nick Robinson made like 4 videos about the Microsoft Bimbos building. His channel, he does a great job telling stories. I've watched so many stupid videos from him. Like, the premise is so dumb, but he does such a good job building a story that his videos are amazing. It's crazy. He's a very skilled individual. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Let's go to Warigesui Street. I didn't see that one, but I saw one about the announcer from Super Monkey Ball. Like the, ready? Ball! Like, and he like tracked him down. It was like so stupid, but it was so entertaining. Anyway, the Haku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of the South Warigesui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around. Visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps? Okay, I'll go get some tea. Matt Pat's in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? That's amazing. Oh my god. Why do I'm not gonna see that movie. But that's honestly, I don't like Matt Pat too much, but it's cool that he was just like a YouTuber that became so entangled in the franchise, and now he's in the movie. He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. Okay, where do I get coffee? Let's go to the park. Yeah, it's crazy, Zachary. CEOs are usually all just like inhuman monsters. It depends on the size of the company. Like, one as big as Domino's, yeah, he seems pretty normal. He plays a diner employee who starts talking about how breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But that's just a theory.
Can I set you folks up with some appetizers?
We are not eating.
Well, that's no fun. You do realize that lunch is the most important meal of the day.
Thought it was breakfast.
Some people say that, but, you know, it's just a theory.
Are you being paid by the...
Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then, Be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long.
It's just a theory.
I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in that area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? I know, I hate the Mondstadt domains. The talent domain, where you have, like, no stamina. It's so annoying. But it's the perfect domain for Klee. That is the Klee domain. Here we are at Ground Zero, Omagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police has got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here, after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Let's inquire. Mondstadt's not bad. It's my favorite region. Honestly, Fontaine has been my favorite so far. I'm really loving Fontaine. Everything about it. If I were to rank the region so far, in terms of, like, exploring, maybe, I don't know. Okay, only exploring. Only exploring. I like Fontaine the most. Then I liked Mondstadt. Then Leeway. Then Inazuma. And then the other one. What's it called? Sumeru. You're desperate to get out of Leeway? It's too vertical. Too much vertical. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. We have pretty similar rankings, King KP. Yeah, Sumeru sucks to explore. It's awful. I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonoichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently, he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Who has pigtails? Oh! Michio. Duh. I haven't seen her on screen too much. It's just been in flashbacks. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to attain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Honestly, I had something like that too. My school had a directory of every student's address and phone number. And like, I guess we were a pretty secluded town where I grew up. But still, that feels like information you should be able to opt out of. I don't know. Like, phone books are kind of fucked up. Anyway. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? You went to a private school? I went to a public school and they had that. Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. Probably in the circumstances of an emergency. Yeah, maybe. It was just like every student's name, address, and phone number. And it was just every student got a copy. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. Okay, I'm baffled. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. What do they want me to do? He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. Oh. Okay, that's what they want. As a teacher, I can look up virtually everything about my students, assuming any of that info is accurate, and most of the time it isn't. It makes sense for a teacher, because you could, like, call parents, I guess. I don't know. It just felt like it was kind of invasive to have that. But yeah, I get you, if the info's wrong. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Social connections run deep in working-class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far, so good. What happened? Hey, Ghost, how's it going? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow, everyone knew his name. So, what of this Iwai character? He seems to be selling guns to minors. They appear to be fake, but I'm not so sure. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi's standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. Oh, that's awesome, Ghost. That sounds amazing. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shirishis entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one's partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's deaths, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Ooh, look at this fucker. Ugh. I'm glad the turtles were cute. I've never seen a turtle in the wild. Yeah, send me the picture, Ghost. That sounds awesome. But the Shiraishi certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. He looks like a game show host for supervillains. The Haku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South... Okay, like, come on. Well, to think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They may have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen. Collect all information on persons of interest. We've met every character in the game, apparently, according to that achievement. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. It'll be better if I go inside alone. Go get some tea. I'm going to go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay. Good luck in there. Gotcha, Dots. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However... You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? Thank you, Ghost. You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. Aww. They're beautiful. That's awesome. Look how many there are. My god. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Or is that Takumi? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. Definitely a pass. Definitely. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So, you're telling me the Queen of Haku is a real-life witch? You wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. Fuck. We have 6. 6? Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. Yeah, I smell cap, ... 6. No, it wasn't for the turtles. I think it was for the old lady. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. Yeah, I feel like he lies a lot too. I mean, he lied to Shogo. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Haku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Haku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies was found this morning was that of a Haku employee. Really? They said he had a stupid haircut. So as long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Haku's Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. EBG in shambles right now. They said he had a YouTube channel called Peanut Butter Gamer. I mean, I talked to him about this. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Suguru. Not only that, Hatsushika, Hakusai's home, was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. Imagine being dead and remembered for your dumb hair. What a horrible fate. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information. That's right. I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget I said anything. I don't get it, Miss Rock. Huh? Oh, so you came here too? Huh? What is it? It is me. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? A meeting of the minds. A true meeting of the minds. Well. Please just let me continue where we were. That's not Linkara and the Amazing Atheist. A true meeting of the minds. Seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. I know, Dots always says that.
Ario is checking out the Shirishi house at the end of the road. This street's real narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs.
The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stands out. It really feels like old Tokyo. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going, but it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents.
So, the Shirishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents.
Okay, time to go. Oh, got it, Miss Rock. I just got it. I read your message. Here we are. Kamagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. This place isn't only connected to the case just because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course, where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? The students are just standing around chatting. Guess they got nothing to do while the school's closed.
Hey, you two! Huh? That's...
Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls?
I do! Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario.
Huh? What?
Well, 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 if it isn't Mio.
Well, she works for him, Krimba, but... Hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Satsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat.
Wait.
Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service.
Hold on now. What just happened? I never said Sushi?
Looking forward to it, boss.
Wait, since when were you included?
Haha, you guys are funny. You should do stand-up.
Talk to me. So, how much have you been able to figure out?
Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis.
Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite of the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach.
You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me! Yako, the girl standing behind me, yo!
She does. Is she alright? We could take it off your hands.
Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out.
Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then.
Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows.
Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them?
Well, last night at school... You were here last night? Yes. You see... You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool!
So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter.
Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg.
What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's the one-sided read. This is bad.
Huh? What's so bad about that one?
What do you mean? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's Najima!
It's not on... Oh, yeah, there he is.
Umechika Najima! He admitted it himself. That's his curse.
Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case... Sure, Dots. Let me take a break with my voice. I mean, Grimbo, is that sarcasm? Because the whole time we thought Najima was the old groundskeeper, no? I'm, like, not sure if that's accurate, though. Yeah, I feel like, when they explained... I feel like Richter and Harui, when they explained the Najima murders, they said that he got a gig working at a janitor as a school... at a school as a janitor. I mixed up my words. So I just assumed that was him because of what they said. So basically, there's a puzzle you skip by accident. There comes a point where Sutsumi and Yako both hit blocks in their respective routes. Yako can keep looking around various areas, but you get taken back to the route selection screen each time. Meanwhile, Sutsumi reaches the school and says that he needs to find a student, but the player gets stuck there. The player is meant to infer that you have to move back to the school with Yako among several possible options in order to give Sutsumi an informant. You have to go to the route select, move her there, then go back to the route select again with Sutsumi and return to the school, where you can finally talk to the girls and proceed. But you accidentally moved to the school first with Yako by total chance and actually skipped the entire puzzle. Good job. Well, Dots, let me tell you something. That does not sound like a puzzle, and that just sounds fucking frustrating. Okay? I'm glad I skipped that. But, thanks for letting me know. It was a cool puzzle. I just wouldn't have thought to do that. Like, if I was stuck at both routes, maybe I would have figured it out eventually, but I would have been like, what the fuck?
Najima might have been here last night.
What?
I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but...
What? Who's Najima? No clue.
Hey. About Najima. So Nejima's trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes.
Huh? He said he's gonna massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get your daughter too?
That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night?
Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Jonoichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya.
Wait,
Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda, second-year student? Well, yes. Why?
boss. So she was here last night.
What did I say, Fortin? Sorry. I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me.
You did? Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that?
Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this.
Ah, I see. Don't worry. This is about a different matter.
A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi?
You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him?
Yes, she did, actually. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshima entrusted her with something.
He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman?
Yes, apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had.
What kind of talismans could they be? Boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, it must have been pretty important.
Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found?
I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died.
Right.
Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman.
I'm not sure. He never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi.
I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a cop guy. You don't seem like too bad of a guy.
Not all that scary for a cop.
But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect.
To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us.
Well then. Do you think she'd talk to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before?
Oh, they have. He told us about that. Yes, he might be willing to talk to her.
Alright, then we better find her fast.
You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying.
Ayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her.
Okay, I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh, right, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters.
What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that?
Would you check on that?
I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call.
Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau?
Well, yes. Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases.
Jeez, what's up with that? That amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curse of the 7 mysteries first came about.
In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy.
You mean Mr. Arishi? I would very much like to talk to him.
Ah, right. He's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking.
Do you know where he is?
I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers.
The cafe? Oh, Kurakikyo Cafe in Kamazawa? Thanks. We'll head over there now. School rule says we're not allowed to go to cafes, though.
Don't worry about it. I'll allow it.
Thank you. Huh. That's all it takes? There must be a mastermind behind everything, someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Okay, about Najima. If we're talking about people who were at the school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details.
There was someone else?
Apparently Hitomi actually saw Mr. Jonoichi getting cursed and killed last night.
What? Talk about some vital information.
What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there.
That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jonoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not.
Damn, boss. Do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful.
Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Jonoichi's death.
But what about Hitomi's story?
About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here?
Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him.
I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this.
Huh?
Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see.
What are you... No way.
Ario, have the officers apprehend the janitor. Blah. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room.
Yes, right away. Oh, interesting, Zachary. I guess it would, like, sully the reputation. Anyway, boss, bad news! Apparently the room's been empty all morning! Sounds like they'd been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No.
That all but confirms it. There's one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya?
The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it.
Ario, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away.
Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time. It gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school.
Let's hope it isn't already too late.
Oh! I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night.
What? I don't like this one bit. Najima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but...
I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then, could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. That would have been so awkward if I did that. What? You did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything.
You might have gotten very lucky there, kid.
This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law. Help us. Okay, let's talk to Yako. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? I wouldn't have minded having to wear a uniform if it wasn't always ugly-ass polo shirts? No offense, Speedy. Are my shirts ugly to you? If you do the Yako route early, before you learn about the janitor being suspicious, the option to not tell the janitor about Mio is locked. Interesting. You always have to tell him about her, and so you always get that game over. Oh. It's got basic shirt energy. Yeah, that's why I wear it. You know, I like basic shirts. I don't like shirts that are too flashy or have, like, branding on them. I just like wearing, like, unbranded polo shirts. That's, like, my fashion. I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first.
Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario.
All right. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Okay, MatPat. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? I don't know what's happening. I don't remember a van. Do I remember a van? Yako! Wait, what? Yes? Wait, was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Maybe it's like a memory from whoever might be possessing Yako with the curse spirit. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind, either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jonoichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain.
I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that.
Let's all sit down and eat some Boston cream donuts. Hey, I'm a cop too. Michio, what happened? This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case.
So this is Yako Sakazaki. She was with Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. But I better not say that out loud. Don't want to make her look bad. Mio Kurosuzu. She's like a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helps out with the investigations free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me out plenty while I was in the Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit sense, sharp instincts, and courage, plus quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. That's June. He's my partner. It's usually easier to let Ario do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. She's certainly well versed in the paranormal. I just can't get over the darkness.
Yeah, it is cool that the roots are connecting. I'm enjoying that.
Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but There were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too.
What's that rope all about? It indicates where Jonoichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way, we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh.
Cool it, Ario. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little too much for a kid.
Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Oh wait, that's Ario. Okay.
Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think?
I knew it. The second I looked at the scene, you're right. Traces of a curse still linger here.
I figured as much.
Does that mean Jonoichi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries? Yeah. Fuck. I keep reading Ario as Mio because they have the same fucking color and end in I-O. God damn it. Anyway. Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess.
No, I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without breaking a sweat?
Stop it, Mr. Satsumi. He's going to get the wrong idea. Yeah, we're going to meet another I.O. character with like a slightly darker blue font for the name. Whoa, that's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool even to the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Hey, boss. Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say.
Sure, thanks.
Boss, they found this on the ground on a short distance away from the scene.
What is that? Ribbon?
Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on, then. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear.
What?
Doesn't that mean that Michio was here?
Are you sure?
Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Not just some generic white ribbon that anyone can get.
Then, did she come back to life somehow?
But, how? Nani the fuck?
Yako, talk to us.
If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go?
That's the question.
She
got her revenge on Jonoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out.
Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Maybe her piece of shit stepdad?
Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision?
If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. Yeah, maybe she had Miracle. Yeah, you never know. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you.
Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Najima and Mayu Chozawa.
It might be worth it to check out Michio's house as well, just in case.
Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here.
Got it. Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Arishi about a way to lift this curse. All right, boss. Let's get going whenever you're ready. All right. Well, my voice is fucking killing me. And it's been almost 3 hours, so I don't want to do another section. But I'm excited to see how this ends. So next time we'll take on the next segment. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna try and stream this on Tuesday. I think Tuesday's Halloween, right? Hopefully we could finish it up. If God said that the website said 12 hours, but I feel like it's gonna be a little bit longer. But hopefully we could finish it on Tuesday. Maybe I'll start like earlier, like 8 p.m. So we could like play for 4 hours maybe. But yeah, my voice is just dead. I can't go on. However, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you had a great time with the stream. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. And have a great weekend. Alright? I appreciate it. So until next time, SpeedyHawk out. Bye, guys.